Lal Show only on Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM.
It's 19 hours 22 in Guyana, right across the Eastern Caribbean. Namaste, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Monday edition of the Glenn Lal Show. And we hope you guys had a great weekend. Oh my goodness, yesterday we celebrated Fathers. We trust that you had a good Father's Day. We trust that, you were treated very well, treated as a king, as you ought to be treated. And I almost forgot that the man of the moment here is a father. And so we forgot to mention Happy Father's Day to him. So happy belated Father's Day to you, sir. And I remember on Mother's Day you said you would have hoped that gift from Exxon would have came. I don't know if they sent a Father's Day card or sent you a WhatsApp message. We live in the age of technology. Cards seem to be a thing of the past. I don't know if you got a WhatsApp message, but maybe you can tell us, how you spent your Father's Day, and did those greetings came from our leaders and Exxon. So namaste, and over to you.
Oh, Joshua, you just put me in a spot, Joshua. You just really put me in a spot. Father's Day, I got some lovely greetings and wishes from a lot of people, including President Ali.
That's good.
From Exxon, Exxon. Exxon would love to wish me the opposite of what a good father or a good child wish would be. You don't want me to explain that, right? You see, this is why I keep telling you, you're putting me on a spot. And I don't like to be put on a spot like this. You know how much Exxon love Glenn Lal and love Kaieteur, including you.
I know.
Yeah. When you interfering with people's pocket, exploiting the poor, man, they would love to eliminate you, wipe you off the face of this earth, just to ensure that their pockets are filled. Namaste, Uncle and Auntie. Well, I guess you guys had a beautiful Father's Day. I don't know. I can only guess. Mine was good. Yes, I enjoyed it. I had a beautiful little cake. Although my grandchildren is out on vacation, they ensure that I get my Father's Day, my grandpa cake. So I had a beautiful cake. My daughter got a nice cake with me. And I enjoyed it. Namaste once again. And thank you for always tuning in to this show, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. It's a blessing to me, and it's a blessing to all of you, including every Guyanese who are listening to this program. From wherever, whether you're in the States, North America, you're in China, you're in Europe, wherever you are. Thank you. Thank you. I am beginning to see the fruits, and I am beginning to hear the things I want to hear in this country. Before I get to tonight's program, Uncle and Auntie, I just want to give you guys an update on this rape and sodomy allegation brought against a government minister, Minister Dharamlal, Nigel Dharamlal. A few minutes ago, I am told that the police put out a statement saying that a report was officially made by the victim, and Minister Dharamlal was arrested like 20 minutes, 30 minutes ago, and he is presently at Brickdam Police Station. I don't know if he will be placed on bail or not. So let's wait and see what becomes of this allegation against him, and we move on to tonight's program. Joshua?
Yes, sir.
We can only wait and see what happened.
Yes.
But I could tell you to Uncle and Auntie that he is off the job. He asked for, or he asked to be sent on, what type of leaf you call it? Uncle and Auntie, he asked the president to be sent on administrative leave. I never hear something like this in my whole life, that an employee is asking their boss or his boss to be sent on administrative leave. This is a new one I'm hearing. Namaste, Uncle and Auntie, and let's get going, please. Please. Let us keep our eyes and our ears and our nose, on what is taking place in Guyana. We're hearing about rape and sodomy of a young child. Let's talk about the rape and sodomy of our resources in this land. So let's get going. It's now time for the Guyanese people to come alive. We cannot wait for 2025. I have a slogan for tonight. Guyanese, come alive. Don't wait for 2025. You would hear me repeating all the time tonight that same slogan, so that it can stick in your memory. We cannot wait for 2025 to stay alive. Trust me on that one. Exxon partners eyeing 52 trillion. Let me repeat. Exxon partners eyeing $52 trillion in the 5 projects already approved by the PNC and the PPP. 52 trillion. That's 260 billion American dollars. If we are to calculate Guyana's yearly budget, Uncle and Auntie, of $3 billion, that is money to run this country for the next 86 years. 86 years, you have no worries. You would pay no taxes. Your roads, your hospitals, everything can be better. I want you to ask your leaders, Uncle and Auntie, how much out of that $52 trillion is earmarked for Guyana? Joshua, you didn't hear what I said just now. The people eyeing 52 trillion, 260 billion American dollars from those 5 projects. Out of that, Joshua, how much is there for Guyana? That's my question. You don't know. Well, let me tell you. You may not even get 86 weeks, much less 86 years budget money. And that is the kind of money the oil people boasting to the world about, Uncle and Auntie. That is the kind of money that sits out there, that belongs to every Guyanese. Yes, to us. That we can't get a proper taste out of it. The oil companies licking them lips, boasting to the world. Who boasting for you in this country? Kaieteur News reported that story yesterday from Exxon mouth. Who reporting anything to you here? My reporter keeps asking Jagdeo about Exxon expenses and the formula being used by Exxon to calculate we profit. 2 most important things in a 50-50 partnership business, Uncle. And to this day, Bharat Jagdev refusing to answer those questions. All you get from him is a barrage of cussing on the reporters and this newspaper. That's all you get. Uncle, auntie, isn't it time to come alive before 2025? Huh? The frustration, disappointment, impatience and anger of the South African people came to a boiling point, and everything in South Africa went to a standstill on March 20th of this year. The racism, the exploitation, and the unfair, unbalanced, unjust treatment of the Africans, mainly the black and colored people, by the whites and foreign exploiters. They couldn't take it anymore, uncle. Yes, they couldn't take it anymore, and brought that country to a standstill. South Africa, like many other African countries, is one of the richest nations in the African continent, and many of its people struggling to find a meal when the day comes with all that wealth. What is going on here in Guyana? Why are you people so silent? You ready to come alive before 2025? I am asking again. The man who led that protest in South Africa couldn't bear, couldn't take it anymore. What the present and past leaders doing to South Africa's wealth in partnership with the exploiters. The sitting president, uncle, a man named Ramaphosa, get catch with $4 million stuff in his sofa at one of his farmhouses. And he tell the parliament he sell cows and hide the money in there. He sell cows and stuff the money in his sofa in the farmhouse. The previous president get kicked out for corruption and is before the court presently for thieving the people money. What is going on here in Guyana? The richest country on earth today, 3/4 of its people struggling for a meal when the day come. The bauxite going out every day. Your timber, your gold, your diamond, and now your oil by the shiploads and plane loads. And look how you leaders got a living. Isn't it time for us to bring this country to a standstill? Isn't it time for the Guyanese people to come alive and don't wait for 2025? I think so. I am feeling it. I told you guys Friday how Exxon held a press conference to explain how them recording the expenses and profits from Guyana and telling the reporters they must not record them. Man, isn't that enough? Isn't that enough for y'all to come alive before 2025? Your partner who running your oil business, telling the reporters who are the eyes and ears of the Guyanese people, they cannot record them. So that they can deny later on that they never ever say anything the paper report. Oh, you know why, uncle? Because that man was trying to make us a pack of S or a pack of F. Sheep and fowls, I mean. Since when a company working with a country as a partner, holding a press briefing on the money aspect of the business and putting restrictions on how you should collect your information? Tell me, are you better come alive before 2025? Or they're going to skin you alive? Or they're going to bury you alive? And these politicians that you have, all of them, will be the one to dance on your graves. That's how Glenn Lal is seeing it. And I am telling it as it is. The Exxon man said last week how the money invested in Guyana didn't come from loans. It come in the form of what he called equity. Let me repeat, Uncle. Equity means is them own company money them invest out there. Them didn't borrow any money from any bank to pay interest. Them said them use them own money. That is what they're trying to put Guyana's head in. Yes. That's what they're trying to put a we head. Or they're trying to put in we head. So the interest rate question I keep on talking about going to disappear. And you notice how tricky they get in? And what lack they're putting we in? This is the new scheme they come up with. They've been listening to this program and hear how I have been constantly banging that 50 billion investment out there. And if we pay 10% interest rate, it's 5 billion US in interest rate alone. Yes. When Guyana not even getting $1 billion in profit and royalty a year. So, my constant banging of that interest rate and the comments from other international organizations to cap that interest rate is one that has been playing on their minds morning, noon, and night. So now they decide to call a press conference and come up with a jiggery-puggery answer, a hocus-pocus scheme to tell us now that it's not loans. It's not loans we get to pay interest on. It's their own money they invest out there. Because we are partners. So that money ain't come with no interest, Uncle. That's what they were trying to tell us at the press conference. That's why they don't want the press conference to be recorded. I just got to laugh. I just got to laugh. You know, Uncle, there's an old saying. When you catch a pacu, you bossy back and put salt. Well, the leaders of this country have Exxon bossing me back and not putting salt alone. They're putting pepper pot plus vinegar inside. Y'all better come alive before 2025 or they're going to bury you alive. God way, give me faith. Whew. Y'all remember when I asked Jagdeo, what is the interest rate on the investments Exxon charging us out there? I don't know if I remember. Anyone here remember what he said to me? He told us how difficult it is to get loans for the oil industry today. And went on to give us a whole 6 for 9 story. Or a 9 for 6 story. I want to play him for y'all. Yes, I have to play him. You got to play him. You have it. Play it for them.
About capping is that I said all of these issues, the interest rate capping, it's complex. It deals with the cost of raising capital, whether it's competitively sourced, the availability of money now for the oil and gas industry. You know, many banks in the world today will not lend into fossil fuel, anything to do with fossil fuel, because they're moving away from that, their lending policy. Raising capital for this industry. We've seen in Guyana's case, you don't need to go far. The Biden administration vetoed the loan that Gisby had from the IDB, claiming that it was going to go for the oil and gas industry. And this is a local company trying to put in place only the infrastructure to service the oil and gas industry. And they got their loan vetoed. And so it's not easy to raise billions of US dollars in capital. So interest rates are reflective of the cost of raising capital. Sometimes it's better to have equity come in, and other times it's interest. It's a complex issue. But so the concern has been raised, just like all of the other concerns in the PSA that I have mentioned, that you write about every day, that I mentioned, but we have a differing view on how we address them.
Uncle, this is the man in whose hands the prosperity of this present generation and the destiny of future generations lies. Yes. Now you tell me, if we are in a good place or in the most dangerous place one can ever imagine. If the man that is running this US $1 trillion oil sector don't know where the money came from that is being invested out there, what is being paid on it, or what is not being paid on it, where does that leave us, Uncle? Where? Please come alive before 2025. Please. If not, you people will be buried alive. I am begging you people, Uncle. Me and my team at Kaieteur News can't do more than what we are doing. You need to fix a date and let us shut this country down so that we can get the leaders and ExxonMobil back to the drawing board or to the table. I will lead it. I will lead it. And you guys need to let it be before 2025. I can't wait for another day to pass, much less 2 years from now. Let's give ourselves a chance, Uncle, to survive. We must come alive before 2025. Brothers and sisters of this beautiful country called Guyana, y'all really understand the depth of trouble this nation faces with Barra Jagdeo? One man told me I was insulting and rude to tell Barra Jagdeo that he's very, very disrespectful and is becoming a great danger to the citizens of this country and the region as a whole. To tell this nation, all because I tell this nation that Guyana, well, not me tell this nation, I told him that because he tell this country, Guyana, that we will have to move to litigation with Exxon in the event of an oil spill. I told him to stop selling out this nation to Exxon and get out the office. Uncle, I went on to tell him, every time he opens his mouth, he's creating a nightmare for this whole region and its citizens. Was I wrong to tell him that, Joshua? But my friend tell me I was insulting to him. Tell me, man. A judge grant protection for this region. And he fighting against that. And telling this nation, we have to carry Exxon to court if there's an oil spill. Isn't it time to tell this man something worse than what I told him, dear uncle? And then he had the nerve, uncle. Bharat Jagdev had the nerve to respond to me, telling me my daily dose of lies, half-truths, and self-righteousness, along with my unchecked ego, is what is damaging to this country and its people. Uncle, who can lie more than Bharat Jagdev? Who can hide and who is more damaging to this country than Bharat Jagdev? Look around. Look around. Name one thing that Bharat Jagdev did. One thing he did that you can, anyone you can say, you're happy with, you're comfortable with. Everything is cursed. Everything is corrupt. I even go so far to tell you people that I am willing to pay anybody in Guyana $1 million to list one single thing the PPP or the PNC did that benefit this country for the last 30 years. One single thing. I better come alive before 2025. Jagdev telling us how loans are hard to get. Loans hard to get. For Exxon to get loans, and Exxon hold a press conference, uncle. Exxon hold a press conference to tell Guyana we ain't take no loans. You heard him just now, he said that. How loans hard to get in the oil industry. And last week Exxon holding press conference and telling this nation they never take no loan. What happening in this country? Are you tell me something, man? Please, can somebody say something? Shout through the radio, I'm listening. Oil has made Guyana the richest country in the world today per person, uncle. But instead of our leaders focusing on this, they're hosting press conferences to talk about election, racism, Bora Baji, and loans. Uncle, when will they start addressing this US $1 trillion oil sector and tell us what is really happening out there? Why we have to wait on Exxon to hold press conferences to tell us about our resources? Joshua, I need a vacation. And I don't think I want to come back until I come alive before 2025. I am afraid. They got a saying, when you mess too long with darkness, dirtiness, and nasty people, some can rub off on you. So I am afraid. I don't want them things rub off on me. I'm going somewhere where I can sit down in peace, drink a shot of vodka, and lick some ice cream with my grandchildren. IEDs deal with these misfits for leaders and ExxonMobil. Joshua, play back Barra Jack Deere that you played just now. Play him back.
About capping, I said all of these issues, the interest rate capping, it's complex. It deals with the cost of raising capital, whether it's competitively sourced, the availability of money now for the oil and gas industry. You know, many banks in the world today will not lend into fossil fuel, anything to do with fossil fuel, because they're moving away from that, their lending policy. Raising capital for this industry. We've seen in Guyana's case, you don't need to go far. The Biden administration vetoed the loan that Gisby had from the IDB, claiming that it was going to go for the oil and gas industry. And this is a local company trying to put in place only the infrastructure to service the oil and gas industry. And they got their loan vetoed. And so it's not easy to raise billions of US dollars in capital. So interest rates are reflective of the cost of raising capital. Sometimes it's better to have equity come in, and other times it's interest. It's a complex issue. But so the concern has been raised, just like all of the other concerns in the PSA that I have mentioned, that you write about every day, that I mentioned, but we have a differing view on how we address them.
He always got a different view of how we address them. Always. When he get ready, he tell me, what? You may not agree. No, not you may not agree. You don't agree. Oh. Interest rate capping is a complex. Yes, he says a complex one with the cost of raising capital. Many banks today not lending money for the fossil fuel industry. The oil industry talking there, uncle. Because the world is moving away from that. Then he said, the Biden administration vetoed a loan from the IDB for Gisby at Houston, uncle. At Houston on the East Bank, where all the supplies have to pass through to go to the ships out there. He said the Biden administration vetoed a loan for that project. So it's not easy to raise money for the oil industry. Uncle, auntie, he's not telling us that the same Biden administration, the American Exim Bank, is about to approve 700 million US in loans to ExxonMobil and Guyana for the gas plant at Wales. That is 150 times more dangerous to Guyana and the world. No. Joe Biden will not veto that, because that will position America to make a huge profit while sinking Guyana in debts and bind, yes, and put us in a bind that we will never be able to get out of. No. Oil-rich Ghana, not Guyana, oil-rich Ghana found itself in a chokehold with the IMF. They took a loan to build their gas plant from the IMF that is owned by America, in which Ghana end up losing $250 million American a year on that project. And when Ghana complained to the IMF tell him, sorry, I still have to pay the money. Why you borrow? The Ghanaian citizens still to today, still scrambling to find a meal when the day come. This is where Guyana will be with a Wales gas plant. I will be struggling daily to get a meal. Yes, to get a meal when the day come. Uncle, that project costs. And now, we don't know what it is. That figure moving like a yo-yo every minute. Yet Barajag, they're telling every Guyanese, electricity bill gonna cut in half. You better come alive before them skin you alive in 2025. Jagdev said, interest rate reflective of raising capital. Interest rate, uncle, determines how hard it is to get money. On to today. Jagdev has never come out and tell this nation what is the interest rate we are paying on some of the loans they have out there. But, uncle, it is reflected in the accounting books that billions coming out as lease interests. Thank you, Miss Mortley. Thank you. Money coming out. Money coming out as interest lease. And Jagdev aunt now can't tell me, thank you, the interest rate. And now we are being told by Exxon that investments out there is equity. So you have two things registering in the books here, uncle. Interest rate and equity. That white man tell reporters that the 75% them taking out on every barrel of oil that comes out the ground every minute is to pay back them equity. No interest is being charged. And he man give an example to uncle. He tell the reporters, if you buy a mango for $10 and sell it for $10, you will make no profit. All them get back is the $10. That is what the white man wants me and you to believe. Them buy all them things out there for 50 billion US. So they're not making a profit. They just want back their 50 billion US. Money what Jagdev or Norton didn't check. Them didn't see or didn't verify. But Exxon taking out 50 billion, what them said they spent out there with no interest. How you like that, Josh? Let me break that down more simple for you, uncle. That is like Glenn Lal telling you, I gonna buy a donkey cart for $10. Of course I'm buying it for you. And you don't have to pay me. Let me use 10 million. I'm going to put $10. Uncle is like Glenn Lal telling you, I buy a donkey cart for you for $10 million. And you don't have to pay me interest on that 10 million. You just have to pay back me 75% of the money you make every day on the donkey cart. Me not charging you interest. What me do to you there, Joshua? Huh? Yes. A donkey cart for $10 million. You got to really be a donkey to pay the man $10 million for a donkey cat. This is even worse than the interest rate, uncle. That is what Jagdeo and Norton got Exxon doing to we right now with a 50 billion equity. Just like how the donkey cat got to work until the donkey dead or the cat broke up to pay 75% of all the money work every day. That is what Exxon doing to Guyana. 75% of every barrel got to go in Exxon bank account until the oil is done, uncle. If every barrel oil sell for $100, $75 got to go in Exxon bank book first. Then the $25 will remain out of the 100, got to share half and half between Guyana and ExxonMobil. And that is what they call 50-50 partnership. Oh boy. Tomorrow lead story in the Kaieteur News. We are reporting what ExxonMobil 2022 accounting book say about the profits and expenses. Them say all the oil themselves for 2022, they make $9.8 billion. Them take out $7.4 billion out of that as equity, uncle. $7.4 billion them take out as equity. That is the money. What them say, they put in. And the remainder, the 2-point-something billion dollar, have to bust in two. Guyana and ExxonMobil. So Guyana will get one, and Exxon will get the additional one. To that $7.4 billion they take out. Man, you better come quick alive and stay alive before 2025. If not, they're going to bury you alive with what they're doing to you in this country. They're already skinning you alive here, uncle. $9.8 billion. That is 10 billion US dollar, uncle. That is what pump in 2022. And Guyana barely get one. You didn't hear what I said, Joshua? Man, this thing is getting you sick.
It is.
$10 billion oil. Pump in 2022. Profit. The oil company take out 9. And you barely get one, or just over one. And that will continue until the oil is finished. Please, please, I am begging you to stay alive before 2025. Fix that date quick. And let us shut down this country completely from top to bottom. From the northwest to the east, west, north, south. Or the east, north, or northeast. Oh, help yourself quick, please. Please. Even if you don't want to do it for yourself, please do it for your country. Do it for your children and grandchildren, please. These misfits y'all have for leaders have prepared their minds for this to continue for the next 20 years, uncle, till the oil done. Just ask yourself, if every year you will be getting just over 1 billion, 1 billion, and they bagging 9 billion each year on those two projects alone, what becomes of Guyana? Them walking away with 3 years of Guyana budget in 1 year, and Guyana receiving less than 1/3 of 1 year budget. That's why we are running to foreign banks for loans to eat and live, uncle. Man, are you still sleeping? Look, yesterday, we reported a story in the Kaieteur News again. The Ministry of Agriculture took a part of a loan to buy flash drives and tablets for the people in the hinterland. Imagine you living in the richest country per capita, per person, uncle, in the world today. Yes. Your leaders allowing oil companies to take out billions of American dollars per year of your assets and then turning around, borrowing to buy flash drives and tablets, paying millions in interest on that too. Are you help me, brother? Are you help me, sister? These people care for you. These people care for this country. Jagdev told me, just after the same question I asked him there, that he's a patriotic Guyanese, more than Glenlal. You have that tape, play, man. Play it, let him hear.
You can't be more patriotic or national. You can't be more patriotic or nationalistic, or not nationalistic, but more patriotic than I am. Since when you think you're more patriotic than I am?
Play it back for them, man.
You can't be more patriotic or nationalistic, or not nationalistic, but more patriotic than I am. Since when you think you're more patriotic than I am?
Since when I think I am more patriotic than he is. That man, Jagdev. The same question I asked him, when he will cap the interest rate. So he wants to tell me that he loves Guyana more than me. He upset me asking him that question. Led to him saying that. This man loves Guyana more than me, eh? This man loves Guyana more than the white man. Because the white man come in here and see how you got donkey carts all over the country. So they're making sure you stay the way by adding the little more money to give you more donkey carts. When Jagdev and Norton them done with this country and its citizens, all of you going to turn donkeys in front of the carts, not behind the carts. Or you better get alive before 2025. Please. Please. ExxonMobil ain't even spend $15 billion out there. But them telling we $50 billion them spend. Boy, we paying like donkeys. We paying like donkeys through the aisle from now till the 12th of forever or never. That's what we are doing. Father, oh Father above, the things President Ali and Aubrey Norton allowing Exxon to do to us, the non-white people of this country, is becoming unthinkable and unbearable, Uncle. My heart is bleeding. My soul is crying every day and every night. For every Guyanese, every citizen in this region, for what these people are allowing to happen. I want to drink some tea. Thank you, Miss Mortley. Jagdeo and Winston Brasington, who heading the Wales gas plant, holding press conference to brief Guyana on the Wales gas plant, or gas to energy they're calling it, telling us, the media, not to record them. Now the white man doing the same thing, holding press conference, telling us they got 2 accounting books, one for Guyana and one for international standards. One says 577 million profit, and the other one says $106 million profit. And that Guyana must focus on the 106 only. And the media must not record them. Clap your hands, Uncle. Clap your hands and go to bed, man. Or you want to hear more? Want a whole press conference and tell the media, Jagdev and Brasington, don't record them with the gas to energy plant at Wales. Exxon a whole press conference, tell a media they got 2 books and mustn't record them. Are you going good, brother? Yeah. ExxonMobil here, Glenlal, banging on that decommissioning cost in which the Commonwealth of 55 nations come out and say, cap the interest rate, cap the decommissioning cost and take control of it, because oil companies will move from millions, taking out hundreds of millions, to billions. My reporter saw a line item in Exxon financial statement and asked ExxonMobil, what is this line that says asset retirement obligation? Oh gosh, Uncle, the man said it's the decommissioning cost. They put a new name on the birth certificate. Them scratch out the old name, Uncle, decommissioning cost, and put in now asset retirement obligation. I want to shake the white man hand who come up with that scheme, that fairy tale name for cleanup costs. They didn't want us to see how much we getting robbed on this cost. That is why they're hiding it under another name. Uncle and Auntie, Exxon paying attention to every single word that is written in the newspaper and said on this radio program. They move from loans to equity. Then they move from decommissioning costs to asset retirement obligation. I wonder when they will move from royalty to charity And I don't mean the village charity on the Essequibo coast. I mean stretching your hands for help. And tell us don't record that. Oh boy. Oh Father. You better come alive. Guyanese, you better come alive before 2025. Because like I said, they will bury all of you alive. Jack, they're going to approve the 6th project this year end. They don't bury you alive with the 5 projects. This one, the 6th one, gonna bury all of your future generations before they're born. You better fix a date quick. Fix a date quick for me to shut down this country. You better do that. You know they got an old saying, when you start with the first lie, you got to continue lying to keep the first lie going. You got some people, you got some of them who don't want to lie. They just end up locking up their mouth or either evading the subject. Today, I see Stabrook News editorial is asking or is actually saying that President Ali looked like he's invisible. He's not holding press conferences. When last I hear he hold a press conference? But he running around, jumping around, dancing here and there, whispering in villages' ears. Oh, I'm going to give you a house, I'm going to give you this, I'm going to give you that. You got plant Buram Bahaji. So you got some of them, like they rightly said, and I keep on saying, evading the press. President Ali, Norton. It's 2 of them. When you ask them what aisle, they say, no. Uncle, they can run and hide. But for how long? They say moon does run till they catch 'em. And them this don't have any more daylight left for them. It's your light giving them some breathing space now. When are you going to take it away? When are you going to cut that navel string? Are you got buried with them? You better do it before 2025. Better do it. Because they're going to bury you alive. Every angle, every avenue, every corner, every opening these hooligans see, they can rip your guts out. They're taking advantage of. When my reporter asked President Ali about the decommissioning cost, he asked if the Commonwealth named Guyana directly. Let me play back the tape for you to listen again. Play it for them, please.
And for the first question from Mr. Lal.
How many questions you have?
Just 4.
Okay.
He says several oil experts and international bodies has been critical of the way your administration is handling the oil sector. The IMF has just warned us to cap the interest rate on the oil companies to avoid them from robbing the country. And the Commonwealth just released a report in which, among other things, they said if we don't monitor or take control...
Let's deal with statement of fact. Did they say that about Guyana, or was it a general statement? Because I know what it is. So you tell me. You are asking me this question now, my friend. You tell me, was this a general report, or was this a report about Guyana?
The Commonwealth was general.
Thank you. And the IMF was?
It was direct.
No.
I'm sorry.
Quote directly for me what the IMF said about Guyana.
I don't have the direct quote.
Well,
with me
how we
right
can't?
now.
Well, I can't answer you. You quote directly for me. And if Kiana is helping you on this, Kiana, you're her aide on this, then you get up now and quote directly for me what the IMF said. Quote for me what the IMF said in relation to Guyana. I will answer you directly. Then also, the Commonwealth, there are many oil exports also who are writing about the performance of Guyana, who have lauded the government of Guyana for the way we are handling the oil and gas sector, for our work in terms of utilizing the administrative mechanisms, for our work in a new PSA, for our work in going out to auction on a new block. So what is it you want? What is it we want exactly?
Mr.
And please
President,
quote directly.
Okay, Mr. President, unfortunately, I was not blessed with a photographic memory.
Okay,
What
so
I
then
can
let's
tell you,
then we
one
will,
second, Mr.
No,
President.
no. If you're
What I
not going
can
to
say-
quote what the IMF report said directly, then we'll take the question another time. So continue with your third question. We have to be fair to each other. If you're quoting directly from a report, then come prepared to quote the report.
No, sir, she was not quoting from
Well,
a report.
well, the young lady told me the IMF said this. She couldn't say what it said about Guyana, and then you said, yes, it is about Guyana. All I'm asking is for you guys to quote directly what the IMF said.
Mr. President, I was asking for an opportunity to explain
Please go on.
what the report
Please go on
says.
to the next question. Please go on to the next question. Once you quote, I will answer.
No problem. Thank you, sir.
Y'all hear him? Y'all hear him clearly? Well, I could tell you clearly, Uncle and Auntie, the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, one of the largest financial institutions that the world, all them third world countries run to for loan, for bailout, did mention Guyana name when they talk about capping the interest rate. If not, the oil companies will rip out we belly. They did. He asked my reporter for the proof that they did say Guyana. And you heard my reporter say, I don't have a photographic memory. Boy. Then he went on to say how international people are lauding them for the great job they are doing in the oil industry. Are you believe this thing? Are you really believe this thing? International people applauding them for the new contracts they're bringing out, for the 14 new oil blocks that doesn't have a drop of oil inside. Oh gosh, wait there, give me faith. Give me faith, uncle. The Commonwealth with 55 countries begging their members that are producing oil, uncle. The Commonwealth with 55 countries begging their members producing oil to watch these oil companies because they will rob you blind on that decommissioning money. The cleanup money them taking out every year on every project. And y'all president saying to my reporter there just now, them name Guyana. Only the name Guyana, then I will answer. Well, Mr. President, them referring to countries who got donkeys for leaders inside. Y'all have a beautiful evening. Call me and tell me when you're coming out to make sure, and please make sure it's before 2025, to shut down this country. I would also call on the police, the armed forces to join us in the streets. You got to name Commonwealth putting out a statement to all the oil producing countries. You got a tiny handful. And you president saying, did Commonwealth name Guyana? No, they're not naming Guyana. They're naming the donkeys in the countries that produce an oil. Gosh. I see today the opposition, along with a group of people protesting outside of the ministerial local government, calling for a fair and independent investigation to be conducted on the allegations of rape and sodomy of that young child by the minister. The protests will continue, according to the organizers, tomorrow at 12 noon. At 12 noon to 1 p.m. in front of the ministry in Kingston. In case I want to join, I go out and join them. Hear this, uncle. The minister, like I said earlier, wrote the president seeking permission to proceed on administrative leave so that an investigation can be carried out. Like I said earlier, it's only Guyana things like this does happen, where you write your boss, you writing your boss requesting administrative leave. All my life I never knew you just be sent on administrative leave. Oh, but on your own. On your own. Oh boy. Oh. I also hear the Amerindian Association calling for a full investigation on the matter, and that the minister should be sent off completely. You know, Josh, I would have liked for head the investigation, but I don't know if they will allow me to be part of it. So let's wait and see, uncle. Let's wait and see what will come out of this matter. The child care protection also got involved. So let's wait and see. Any bail? You get bail? No. I am still sitting here waiting to hear a word from my staff whether he was sent on bail or if he would be kept in custody today. I have been saying all along, this country is being raped and sodomized. Now, look what is happening. Our children are being raped and sodomized. I only hope, I can only hope, those who came out and those who will be going out there tomorrow for the rape and sodomy of that child will come out in protest against the rape and sodomy of our resources by the foreigners, including ExxonMobil. Of course, when the date is set. And with that, I say namaste to all of you. And let me tell you, uncle, love me, like me or hate me, I love all of you. Namaste. You got to find out downstairs if they get if he was sent on bail.
Yes.
We'll take a few phone calls and take it easy tonight.
You can call us this evening
How?
on 226-7453.
It's sickening, uncle, what's happening in this land.
226-7454.
It's very, very sickening.
It is indeed. 624-6456.
The crime chief said the child made an official report yesterday to the police and they're investigating. That's why they arrested him this afternoon. And he went in with his lawyer. Good evening. You're live on the radio.
Yeah, good night, Mr. Grant.
Good night.
You and the panel.
Thank you.
Good night.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's get going. You have a contribution to make?
Yes.
Let's get going.
Yes. With we are talking, right, as this program every night, right? And the same thing we are talking, but the Paku, like the man don't get boss to the back already, so he must get boss to the back. It's one with it. Right?
But what y'all plan to do? What you guys plan to do?
We get buried alive. We done bury alive already. Cause nobody ain't coming out in us but going to black.
Sir, my question to you, what do you plan to do? You want to stay alive before 2025? Would you come out?
Exactly.
Would you come out?
We got go in the street and close. And we should have done so black this whole country already. Shut down this whole country. We should have done that already.
What date do you have in mind?
Well,
You're
I
still
can't
thinking?
tell no date, but what is start happening, I would.
Have a good night. Have a good night. I keep telling you through the program, set a date and let's talk. I am ready to lead it. This country must come to a standstill like South Africa. Julius Malema did it. And things are changing in South Africa. Why we can't do it? We can do it. Come on. Come on. Fix a date. Call me with a date. 624-6456. 622-222. What's the landline?
622-226-7453. Never caller here. Good evening, caller. Hello.
Yeah, good night.
Good night.
Yeah. Just want to make a contribution.
Go ahead.
Yeah. When Jagdev said he is more patriotic than General, he meant that. Because what he termed as patriotic is getting the money from Guyana. He's getting a lot of money. Imagine a couple days before the judge gave the order that the paint company must give full protection to the country. He said that he instructed the EPA to get it. When the judge ordered it now, he appealed it. So what Mr. Law said, Exxon is listening to him. It's not Exxon, it's Jagdev and Irfanali listening to his programs. They are the one who come up with the scheme to change the the clean-up costs for the taken out. Those are the ones, Jagdev and Irfanali. Exxon don't have time to listen to Mr. Law. It's Jagdev and Irfanali. Those are the schemers. They are the crook in this one. They are the, we call them old high. You know, they suck people blood, but Jagdev and Fanali is the two of them. Those are the blood, old high. Okay,
Thank you. You raised a good point there. You raised a point there that I keep asking. When they went and appealed this judgment that Justice Kisun gave, it led me to believe, and I keep asking this question over and over, what is Barajagdeo have investment out there in ExxonMobil that would put him or push him to appeal a judge's decision that is protecting a country and its people? I can only conclude and ask that question because the way he appealed it, it's like he's part of ExxonMobil with his money invested there. And I keep asking that question. And I'm bold enough to keep on asking that question. Bharat Jagdev, do you have any investment out there? Make you're doing these things. And tell this country that we must carry ExxonMobil to court if an oil spill come.
Hello.
No, man. Something is wrong here.
Yeah. Good evening, caller.
Yeah, good night.
Good night. Go ahead.
Yeah, good night, Miss Glenn. Good night
Yes,
to you,
go ahead,
panel.
man. Go ahead with this good night thing, man. I know.
Yes,
And
well, you know, all these people them who calling and calling and calling, when the time for we go out there for protest, none of them don't follow me. When we gone out there, nobody don't join me. All them just calling and calling and calling and telling you this and telling you that when the time for go for the road, nobody don't want to go with me. Very they wasting the time.
set a date and let's call it. And if they don't come out, we shut the program down too.
Exactly, this is what I tell you. When we calling for them, we talking to them, we telling them everything, we educating them what's going on. When the time for we go up on the road, watch how much time we gone on the road. Everybody just driving up and down like they don't concern, like they don't care, like they don't take notice. Like, you know, they're watching me like if we mad people on the road and all kind. You know, they don't concern.
Well, I'm saying fix a date and let's get a date ready. And we go out
you
there.
ready for fix the date, Mr. Glenn? You tell me, you call me number, you got me number, call me. I'm ready to assist you anytime.
You're not assisting me, brother. We are fighting a fight for all Guyanese.
Exactly.
Including our unborn. All right?
Yes.
So we come out, we call a date, we come out, and if nobody comes out, then we stop the program and let them take what they get.
Let them do, let them get what they get in. They don't get in it, and let us stay taking it.
I would go and join ExxonMobil to help sink them more. And then turn and beg the Father above.
Yeah,
Say, Father, these people ask for it.
Because they don't want to hear.
They ask for it.
They're just
I'm on the radio.
stubborn. They're just following them people there. You know, see, they like it. They like this handout. They like barring. They like going up begging people, give me a little sugar, go buy auntie for a little onion, go buy the one for there's all their custom.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, there's all the state that betting them.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever the government give them, they like that.
Well, the government not going to give them. The government going to start doing them. Because
You see what they done doing the armoring young girl, right? They done giving all we know. ExxonMobil done doing we all and they like it. Yes, Mr. Glenn, if we could go and live in Mars and left these people them, and I feel like for God now I want to live in Mars too. And left all and let them punish and suffer. They like it. All them like it here. What they're doing, they like it and they're still hogging up them because they like it.
well, let's call the walk. Let's call the shutdown and see what happened.
Yeah, well,
All right.
you gotta tell me what's going on because you see.
No problem. We'll let you know.
When you talk, you victimize. When you talk, they vex with you.
So what, they going to victimize
You
the
don't
whole
want to hear
country?
the truth. When you talk, they vex with you. It's just the same thing what they do Bob Marley. When Bob Marley tries to show them the truth, telling them the truth, you see, they victimize the man. This is what they do. They put Jesus off on the cross because when Jesus is telling them the truth, it's just like you. When Noah is telling them that the flood would have come, they tell Noah this and that, how he eat this and that, just like you. You is a prophet telling them, educating them what's going on, but they're not listening. They're just telling you, they're following them. The devil got them like that. Yes, that's how they rest.
Thank you, brother.
All right, good night, Mr. Glenn.
Good night, good night. I am not a prophet. I am just an educator. That's what I'm here doing. Just educating the nation, brother. That's all I'm doing. All right? That's all I'm doing. Just an educator. You got another one there? I got 2 here, 3 here. All right. Yes, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Right.
I really appreciate the call.
Thank you. One second. If you guys keep calling and I don't answer the phone, please don't ring back the phone. I will return the call. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay, my contribution tonight is that I'm very disappointed in some of these citizens in this country because they're just trying to make laugh out of people who standing up for them and who try to enlighten them. Why is that?
What do you mean?
I mean, it's like today I had a conversation with some of my fellow citizens, and these people, and some of them were trying to laugh at me because they said like I listen to too much of Glenn Lal. Why is that?
Well, don't be upset with them. You don't be upset with them. You see, no. You see, that's why if you listen to the program, I ask when will you guys wake up to see what the leaders doing to you and your family and your unborn children, and when you people will bury that navel string you have for these political parties. If people listen. Politics is even greater than religion, my friend. You can get someone to change their religion faster than getting them from changing from the PPP and the PNC. Always remember that. So you got to take your time. Don't rush them. Don't tell the people to move away from their party. Just tell them and listen. Just listen. That's all you're doing. You can't tell them to move from their party. Maybe you're pushing the people away from party. Don't do that. Let them listen.
Every day take me precious time to get people to understand exactly what you're saying. But I see that ignorance lying it goes on of many Chinese people.
That's okay. It's okay.
Mostly in the African direction. I just want to say it is too. I think enough of them just don't listen. They just go away with their own ideas. They just try to make laugh after it. But Mr. Lal, let me tell you something. I learned to speak Spanish and Portuguese, and I learned that that's the important to the South America is the way you see the disaster already done to take off in the Portuguese country or in the Spanish country because of them is the region. Because I need to get children, 4 or 5 children, dumb, deaf, and blind to this situation. Why? Me not to check no child. I start 9 years of age. Next couple days is my birthday, 22nd of June. I highlight that them will buy. I ain't got to check no child for fight to stand up for, but I will go out on the battlefield for y'all because y'all got the children them by the 5 and the 6.
Oh.
It's them complaining for cost of living and rent and this and that. Me ain't complaining for nothing. My mother gave me a house.
It will.
I got my language, I got my trade, I got my language. You know where I get my little education. I could move and left them. I ain't got a board in time with them, but I feel sorry for them.
Yes. I know. I feel sorry. I feel sorry for some of them too.
Yeah, but they feel real sorry.
But
and like some of them,
the fight to educate has to continue. We can't stop it.
No,
we
me
can't.
giving up. I would give up any other thing, but I would never give up this fight because I want to prove to some of them that they are wrong with their thinking.
Well, listen, man. Every day, if you can educate one person, you will get blessing. And every day, every time I do this program, I feel so much blessed. You know, when I come out of this program, it's like a relief of my soul. You know, and I feel that my relationship with the Creator is becoming more and more strong each day that goes by. You know, because I understand what I do, right? How much it means for not only Guyana but the world. You know? Because when you educate one, you see, life, the general population of this world, life is like a domino. You know, it has a domino effect. You hit one, it goes bang, 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 bang down the road.
Yes.
So when you wake up one, you're waking up life. You're waking up population.
Yes.
I know how dangerous I am. I don't think nobody on earth can tell Glenn Lal how dangerous I am and the work I do here on this program, how dangerous it is. I know how dangerous it is. I know it is beyond my life I am putting at stake. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes,
I have seen so many documentaries what oil companies did to presidents across this globe. Wipe them out. Blow up plane just because that man inside. You hear me? And I look at it, and when I hear people call and say, Glenn, you know what road you're treading and what this, I say, man, you ain't got nothing else to tell me about. Were you trying to tell me? Sing through my soul many moons ago. And there isn't a hair on my body that shows fear or tells me, Glenn Lal, calm down yourself. You know, they're going to this and they're going to that to you. You understand what I'm saying, bro? So it's not that I don't know what they have done and what they're capable of doing. You understand what I'm saying? It's like a friend tell me yesterday, man, you're afraid to talk against the U.S. ambassador. I said, U.S. ambassador? I said, who's the U.S. ambassador? U.S. ambassador don't give me food in me plate. You understand? If the U.S. ambassador disrespect me as a citizen, what happened? When me out there, me mother and father didn't make me without a mouth and a voice. I must be able to say how I feel. And I just said how I felt. I am not afraid. I'm not afraid of no human being. Am I afraid of? None. Not one. Maybe that fear used to be in me 10, 15 years ago. Not now. No. Glenn Lal can walk this earth fearlessly. Fearlessly, I walk it. I don't even look back at me or look back. No, I don't have to do that. I am a blessed child. I know when the maker ready for me, I will go. You understand what I'm saying?
I try to believe something right now, just prove the guiltiness in people. But anyhow, this country got contact until last month.
Thank you. Come up with a date. I want you guys just come up with a date. And we call the shot and we get out there. Shut it down. Shut it down. Nobody must come to work.
I need to pay for the date, and I was told that the Messiah is on the way. So until the Messiah is here, the Messiah.
The Messiah will appear, buddy. Don't worry. Thank you.
I am a one loyal soldier, humble servant, waiting for accept and pave the way to the Messiah, set it on the throne.
The Messiah gonna come, buddy. Oh, thanks.
Not for me, but for all Guyanese.
All Guyanese. That's the talk. For all Guyanese. Have a good one. Thank you.
All right.
Thank
Very
you.
much.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, boy. Thank you, man. For all Guyanese. Let's stand up for all Guyanese. Oh, man. Look how we children going to school. Look how these children going to school hungry. Come on. Come on, ExxonMobil. You can't do that, man. No way. You did it all over the world. You did it all over the world, you mean. Come on. Don't think you can do that. In this 21st century, with all this new technology, no, you can't do that. We will not. I will not sit back and close my mouth or my eyes to allow you people to do this in this day and age. No, man, no. Good evening.
Good evening. I see man up on Kashala. Do interview today, I see man company you or man kwam.
No. Jagdev had a press conference today?
Yeah, because you should have come into the lab and give why you got questions.
Me got no question. He no come. Me really for pay for come back on the radio.
Don't me tell him man come the man pay $1 million hour come.
For 1 hour.
Man come tricky all the time. You man go up on casual, I talk about shrimp and fish. Man, hey, that man, this is a real joke of mine.
We talk about fish and shrimp?
No, you talk some nonsense you talk out of context with your man. Casual got question for you, casual I'm a sportsman, man. They got a knowledge like you.
Well, that is the people that might find time for us to sit down with.
And confront you. You see, the more lie and tell. You see what I catch them? The magic story, that like they're done with that.
That done with.
The 19 yellow born up, that done.
But don't knock them for that. Don't knock them for that. That's an accident.
No, but they got the school, but the school got look up, so they got clean it up.
Stop. Where they getting the money from for do that?
Loan.
They're going to take loan. They ain't going after ExxonMobil for get the money. They're saying how loan hard for tech, how loan hard to get. And loan interest is a reflective of the capital, how hard it is to get.
Yeah, but I'm not giving devaluation anytime.
Oh.
I know inflation will come. The price, they think it's cheap, man. They think man go up a little more.
You help me.
Water, buy, all the hundreds of billion they will take for put on filtration plant. Sheet box and the water red, rusty, dark, brown.
Yeah, well, the water got color like some of them.
Yeah.
Yes.
They got be good, man. When next 40,000 go come wrong, you know, and
yes, and they got line up. Thank you, brother. Fix a date and you can come out from Madhya way there. Fix a date for the shutdown. Or you can shut down Madhya.
Me a shut down here, me tell me off with you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Me shut down this place and off with you.
Thank you, brother. Have a good one.
You have me body media with it.
Thank you. Bye.
Watch
Bye.
out the people struggling in this country.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.
Yes, go ahead. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. What I want to say, these guys are bringing back Guyana to the state of where slavery was. The condition of Guyana is reprehensible, man. It's terrible.
Exactly.
And I don't know if they don't have a mind for their own self. They have children.
Yeah.
They know who hands their children going to fall in, how long they are going to live and leave their children, or they believe the little riches what they get is going to sustain them and their children. But when you have 20 or 30 poor people and you alone are rich, you are heading for a catastrophe. Look at the condition of Guyana. It is terrible. The people. I look at this morning when they just give the $40,000 or so to the school children, and in a sort of a bribery. They are receiving that same thing from other people, you know. You could tell that these guys are receiving bribe because they are giving out a little to receive what they believe is big. But the people are learning, and it's good when Mr. Glenn Lyle could ask the people to come out and shut down the country, because, look, it is not working. Guyana, I am saying Guyana is about 1.5 million, and if you tell me they are less than that, why they don't give back the country completely back to the U.S.? It's a South American country, give it back to the U.S. or give it back to the English. Look what these English people are coming now and saying. When they were saying years ago Guyana was one of the poorest country in the nation, now all of them are linking up. The Russians, the English, the Americans, the Australians, the Canadians. This is slavery. Guyanese people, you're all in slavery. You're all in slavery. It is sad. it's better you don't do nothing at all. Nothing. Shut down the country, that is the best thing. You will survive better. You will see how all of these guys. I'm hoping long live Mr. Glenlal to continue the fight.
Thank
Have
you.
a blessed night.
Thank you. You too. You too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. My friend, you are so correct that the leaders, the political leaders, all of them are enslaving this land all over again. With what I'm seeing, how clear it is. Oh, we are heading there. I asked Bara Jagdeo the same night he came on this radio program, off air, in which year Guyana will ever see a complete year budget money from the oil. He looked at me and didn't answer me. He knew he couldn't answer me because there will never be a full year of budget coming from the oil. Even if they get 6 projects or the 5 projects coming, start pumping oil. Trust me, oh boy. Oh boy, we'll take one more if you got one more. Let me see this. A gentleman keep calling. Let me just ring him back. Yeah. Oh, you will never get a full year budget from this oil. And let me say this, Josh. That oil money that we are getting there should not have been spent the way it is being spent. That oil money does not only belong to this present generation. That oil money should be kept and well spent in this generation and left for future generation. 2 years we done collected money and every single cent already done spent out. None of us see a cent hand to now, and there's nothing left for further generation. Oh, will you help me shut down this country, please? Please. Come alive before 2025. We can't wait for that. Don't wait for that. We have to demand on that day when we shut down this country that both the PPP and PNC demand a renegotiation, a full renegotiation with us inside for that oil out there. If not, we keep the country shut down. And with that, I say namaste and God bless all of you tonight.